Hello art beaters, Becky here for artbeads.com, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 jewelry findings with you. These are my favorites that I always have in my bead stash, so I'm prepared for every project, and I'm sharing them with you today. So let's dive into my top 10 findings. All right, let's take a look at some of my top 10 jewelry making findings. So these are pieces that I like to have in my stash at all times because they're really great staples that you can use in a lot of different ways. First up is crimp tubes. These are tiny little tubes that are essential for bead stringing. This is what's going to finish your jewelry wire in a really secure and stylish way, and I can show you what that looks like. The crimp tube is here, and it is crimped with a crimping tool to attach to your connection point, your clasp, or your jump ring, and it keeps your strands really secure. My favorite size of crimp tube to work with are 2mm crimp tubes. That's a really versatile size that will work for bracelets or necklaces. And if you need more instruction for using these, we have great tutorial videos that I can leave links for in the video description. You can also use crimp tubes in unique ways. This is a little adjustable sliding clasp on a string bracelet, so they come in handy in many different ways. Up next is jump rings. These are connection points for your projects, whether you're making a charm bracelet and need to attach a charm, showcasing a pendant, creating extender chains, making chainmail. Jump rings are a stash essential. I like to stock up on various sizes and finishes for the different projects that I might be making, but if you have a favorite finish you like to use, for example, sterling silver or gold filled, definitely stock up more on that favorite finish. We also have bulk packs of jump rings where you can buy multiple in a pack, and I also really love not just round jump rings but oval jump rings. It's a really nice shape, especially for showcasing pendants, because the cut is on the side, so it has less of a chance to get undone. Now we have closed jump rings and open jump rings. I use open jump rings, the ones that you can open and close, a lot in my jewelry designs, but closed jump rings are great for attaching multiple dangles or using as a connection point for a lobster clasp. So you can see here multiple jump rings in different sizes were used to attach these cute little brick stitch charms to this bracelet, and there's also a jump ring on the end for attaching the clasp. So jump rings are used in almost every kind of jewelry design, so that's why I like to have a lot of them on hand for any kind of project. More stash essentials are eye pins and following that head pins. Eye pins and head pins are a must if you're making any type of bead link or bead dangle, creating your own pendants with special beads. You're going to want these in your stash. These come in varying lengths and finishes, so of course I like to stock up on all the finishes that I might be using in my projects. So here you can see what a beaded link looks like with an eye pin. You make a simple loop on the other end of the eye, and you've got a cute little beaded link that you can add dangles to, use as a link or a focal in your bracelet. And the head pin has a solid bottom at the end, so you can create cute little dangles. This would make a nice pendant or even an earring, attach an ear wire to the top. If you want to finish your designs and styles, you're going to need the right clasps. I like to stock up on basic clasps like toggle clasps and magnetic clasps because they work with a wide variety of styles. Of course, there are beautiful stylized clasps out there that maybe you'd like for a specific project, but these basics are just wonderful to have on hand for finishing projects that you just, inspiration struck and you had to make it. Make sure you have some toggles and magnetic clasps on hand. Even lobster clasps are a good, versatile finishing touch that works in a variety of designs. Links and connectors are another must-have finding. These are great for adding interest to your bead stringing patterns, connecting multiple strands, creating chandeliers. They're just another great connection point with a little more pizzazz than something like a jump ring. You can see here in this necklace that they break up the bead pattern nicely, add a focal point to the front of the necklace, and also add a place where you can attach a dangle or a pendant. Earring components. This is another must finding for me. I like to stock up on the French ear wire ear hooks and also hoops. I love a good hoop, and fun shapes too, like V-shaped ear wires, kidney shapes, and leverbacks too are a really nice staple to have on hand. And again, I like to go for a variety of finishes. I love making earrings. It's one of my favorite things to design, so I always love having a lot of different ear wires on hand, because you never know when your next earring design is going to pop up, and it's always good to be prepared by having the perfect little ear wires in your stash. Bead caps are another favorite finding. These are great, again, for adding more visual interest to your bead patterns, and they're a really great way of showcasing, favorite beads or breaking up a bead pattern and giving your pieces a little more texture too. There's a variety of styles, again, multiple finishes to choose from. They're super fun and a really great way just to add interest to your pieces. So you can see that bead caps were used here to showcase these larger beads. If you're making necklaces and want to add a pendant, bails are also another must-have finding. We have a variety of different bails. This is a kind of glue-on post bail, but my favorite to work with are pinch bails because they can easily fit inside pendant holes and make it easy to string your pendant into a beaded design or even add it to chain. And you can see that that is exactly what was done here with this pendant. It was attached to a jump ring that was attached to chain, so the bail and jump ring were used in conjunction. But you could also string this into beaded jewelry wire, all kinds of things, slide it onto ribbon, and it's just a beautiful way to showcase a focal or a pendant. Buttons are another must because they are so versatile. Thanks to the shanks or loops on the back, you can do a whole lot with them. They make great closures, especially if you're doing bead work. You can make a little beaded loop to slide over that button, and then you've got a great little closure. This is also another great idea for leather wrap bracelets. You can make a leather loop and slide that over your button. They can also make great focal points in your designs. Just use it in a unique way with your jump rings, and you've got a fun little link or connector that also adds to the style of your piece. You can even string them onto designs thanks to loops. That looks really great in bracelet designs. They're also good for bead embroidery. You can do some bead embroidery around these as well. So because there's so many different ways to use buttons in your jewelry designs, they're a must for me. Those are my favorite findings and the ones that I love to keep on hand. I find myself coming back to these again and again because there's so many different ways to use them. Some of these are just essential for the structure of jewelry pieces, and a lot of them are just fun and available in a lot of different styles and finishes. So these are my top 10 favorite findings. Let me know what your favorite findings are. What are the pieces you can't live without in your jewelry making? I'd love to hear it in the comments, so please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment. Let me know what your favorite findings are. What are the findings you cannot live without when making jewelry? We love hearing from you. And as always, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell so you get notified every time we post a new video, and you'll be the first to get all of that great inspiration. So thank you so much again, and I will see you next time. Bye.